Have you ever looked at a dog and wondered how it walks? Or asked yourself why a tree grows so tall? Animals and plants are fascinating creatures, and they all come in different shapes, sizes, and types. But how do we categorize them? How do we know which animals have backbones and which ones don't? What makes some plants flower and others don't? Hello and welcome to the official YouTube channel of exactcampus.com. Today, we will explore the amazing world of animals and plants and learn about their different types. Animals can be broadly classified into two main groups based on one important feature: whether they have a backbone or not. Let's learn about animals with a backbone, vertebrates. These animals have a strong backbone, also called a spine or vertebral column, that helps support their body structure and allows them to move in a variety of ways. We further classify animals with backbone in smaller group: mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians and fish. Let's look at them one by one. 1. Mammals. Mammals are warm-blooded animals, meaning they can maintain a constant body temperature. Most mammals have hair or fur, give birth to live young, and feed their young with milk produced by the mother. Characteristics: they have a backbone, hair, fur, and produce milk. Reproduction. Most mammals reproduce by giving birth to live young, although some, like the platypus, lay eggs. Examples: dogs, cats, humans, elephants, and whales. 2. Birds. Birds are warm-blooded animals that have feathers, wings, and lay eggs. Most birds can fly, but some, like ostriches and penguins, cannot. Characteristics: they have beaks, feathers, lay eggs, and most can fly. Reproduction. Birds lay eggs which hatch into young ones. They care for their eggs and protect them until they hatch. Examples: sparrows, eagles, pigeons, penguins. 3. Reptiles. Reptiles are cold-blooded animals, which means their body temperature changes with the temperature around them. 3. They have scaly skin and usually lay eggs. Characteristics: cold-blooded, scaly skin, lay eggs. Reproduction. Reptiles lay eggs that hatch into young reptiles. Some reptiles, like certain species of snakes, give birth to live young. Examples: snakes, lizards, crocodiles, turtles. 4. Amphibians. Amphibians can live both in water and on land. They are cold-blooded and undergo a dramatic transformation during their life cycle, starting as larvae in water and growing into adults on land. Characteristics: soft, moist skin, cold-blooded, and can live both in water and on land. Reproduction. Most amphibians lay eggs in water, and their young undergo metamorphosis, changing from aquatic larvae, like tadpoles, into adult forms that live on land. Examples: frogs, toads, newts, salamanders. 5. Fish. Fish are cold-blooded animals that live in water. They have gills to breathe underwater, fins to swim, and scales on their bodies. Fish come in various shapes and sizes, and some can even live in very deep or cold waters. Characteristics: they have gills, fins, and scales. They live in water and are cold-blooded. Reproduction. Most fish lay eggs, while some give birth to live young. Fish eggs are often fertilized outside the body in water. Examples: goldfish, salmon, sharks, whales. Whales are mammals, but they live in water. Now let's learn about animals without a backbone, invertebrates. These animals do not have a backbone, but they can still be very strong and complex. They come in many shapes and sizes. These are further classified into smaller groups as insects, arachnids, mollusks, crustaceans and worms. Let's look at them one by one. 1. Insects. Insects are the largest group of animals on Earth, with over 1 million species. They have 3 body parts: head, thorax, abdomen, and 6 legs. Characteristics: 3 body parts, 6 legs, and usually 2 antennae. Reproduction: most insects lay eggs. After hatching, their young may undergo metamorphosis, changing in form from larva to adult. Examples: beetles, ants, butterflies, grasshoppers. 2. Arachnids. Arachnids are creatures with 8 legs. They often have specialized features like pincers or webs. Characteristics: 8 legs, often have pincers or fangs. Reproduction: most arachnids lay eggs, and the young are often small versions of the adult. Examples: spiders, scorpions, ticks, mites. 3. Mollusks. Mollusks are soft-bodied animals, and many have a hard outer shell for protection. 3. They can be found both on land and in water. Characteristics: soft body, often have shells, can live in water or on land. Reproduction: most mollusks lay eggs, and some, like snails, may even give birth to live young. Examples: snails, clams, octopuses, squid. 4. Crustaceans. These are animals that mostly live in water and have a hard exoskeleton to protect their bodies. 4. They often have many legs and antennae. Characteristics: hard exoskeleton, many legs, antennae. Reproduction: most crustaceans lay eggs, and their young go through a series of molts before reaching adult form. Examples: crabs, lobsters, shrimp, barnacles. 5. Worms. Worms have long, soft bodies and can be found in soil, water, or even inside other animals. 5. Earthworms are important for healthy soil. Characteristics: long, soft body, no legs. Examples: earthworms, leeches, roundworms. So far, we learned about types of animals. Now let's learn about types of plants. Plants are also classified into 2 main groups: flowering plants and non-flowering plants. Flowering plants. Flowering plants are those that produce flowers, which are essential for reproduction. After pollination, these plants produce seeds, which grow into new plants. 1. Herbs. These are small, soft plants that are usually short-lived. They often have fragrant leaves and can be found in many gardens or wild environments. Characteristics: small size, soft stems, aromatic leaves. Reproduction: these plants produce seeds within flowers, and many are used for cooking or medicinal purposes. Examples: basil, mint, sunflowers, tomatoes. 2. Shrubs. Shrubs have multiple stems and are generally smaller than trees. They can be ornamental or practical in gardens. Characteristics: woody stems, smaller than trees, may be evergreen or deciduous. Reproduction: shrubs produce flowers, which turn into seeds or fruits. Examples: rose bushes, lavender, azaleas, huckleberries. 3. Trees. Trees are large, long-lived plants with a single thick stem called a trunk. They are essential for providing oxygen, food, and shelter for many animals. Characteristics: large, woody trunks, many branches, often long-lived. Reproduction: Trees produce flowers or cones that help them reproduce through seeds. Examples: oak trees, apple trees, pine trees, mango trees. Non-flowering plants. Non-flowering plants do not produce flowers. They reproduce by spores or other means. These plants can be very old and are important for ecosystems. 1. Ferns. Ferns are plants that reproduce through spores instead of seeds. They usually grow in damp, shady areas. Characteristics: fronds, leaf-like structures, reproduce by spores, thrive in moist environments. Reproduction: they reproduce by spores that grow into new ferns. Examples: bracken ferns, bird's nest ferns, staghorn ferns. 2. Mosses. These tiny plants do not have flowers or seeds. 2. They grow in moist environments, often on rocks or tree trunks. Characteristics: small size, soft texture, no seeds or flowers. Reproduction: mosses reproduce by spores, which are released from tiny structures on the plant. Examples: peat moss, sphagnum moss. 3. Conifers, gymnosperms. These are cone-bearing plants that do not produce flowers. Instead, they produce seeds inside cones. Characteristics: needle-like leaves, cones that hold seeds, mostly evergreen. Reproduction: they produce seeds in cones, and these seeds grow into new trees. Examples: pine trees, fir trees, cedars, spruce trees. Time for a fun fact. Did you know that blue whales, which are mammals, live in the ocean and are the largest animals on Earth? They can weigh as much as 33 elephants. Let's recap of what we learned in this video. In this video, we learned that 1. Animals are classified into 2 groups. Those with backbones, vertebrates, like mammals, birds, and fish, and those without backbones, invertebrates, like insects, mollusks, and worms. 2. Plants are divided into flowering plants like trees, shrubs, and herbs, and non-flowering plants like ferns, mosses, and conifers. 3. Understanding these types helps us appreciate how animals and plants play different yet important roles in our environment. By exploring the types of animals and plants around us, you can learn how they contribute to nature's balance. The more we know, the better we can protect and care for the world we live in. This brings us to the end of this video. For more insights and educational content like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and visit our website at exactcampus.com. See you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, keep learning and exploring, take care.